Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, and we're going back into Variant 7. Um, and so in Chapter 2.1, I had recorded my first two paths, and I didn't realize until it was too late, but my phone was running out of storage, and I didn't realize that. And so the clips that got saved were like the last few seconds of the boss. So this is the first completed path that I have recorded. It's got physical resistance, stack, overflow, and overclocked. So on my first path, I went up top and used Aegon. It had the power shield, and I'm like, oh, I can build up a bunch of combo, and it worked, but it was a lot slower than I was hoping for. But I did get a pretty sweet kill on the stealth Spider-Man, and I'll show a clip of that. But I'm going to use Aegon again. I usually like to use different champs on each run, try to do different things, but I don't know. At some point, I think I'll go maybe redo those first two paths, but until then, this is what we got. So this Sunspot, he's got a lot of resistance, and this fight is just to build up Aegon so I can have a decent combo. My Aegon is a rank 3. He's like around Sig 100 or a little bit over 100. Um, so he doesn't bank the the most compared to like a max sig. Like I have a rank 5 max sig. Aegon, he banks I think like 70, 75%. I think mine is around 50%. Um, so for me, I don't really mind ramping up Aegon. I know that a lot of people don't like the time that it takes, but I don't know. I enjoy it. I enjoy fighting and kind of battling, trying to be clean and keep that combo. Um, and yeah, we're gonna just try to build up as much combo as we can on the Sunspot, so that we have one the True Strike being activated, and then hopefully 300 plus to where we can get the Fury as well. Because those Furies at 300 plus, they really do make a huge difference on the damage output. Um, and yeah, so when we get to that Cosmic Spidey boss, we want to be hitting hard. Um, so yeah, I'm spamming L1s, and that's basically to get as much combo as I can. And here I'm starting to throw an L2. I'm like, okay, I've gotten a decent combo. Let's try to kill this guy a little bit faster, because when you do mess up, that's like the worst feeling. It's like, oh, you got this huge combo, and then you make a mistake, and you lose all that effort, which is probably why a lot of people maybe don't enjoy using Aegon just for like regular quests and whatnot. But I don't know. I enjoy it. So we're about to take this guy out. Sunspot's gonna go down. He's a pretty easy fight to counter, um, even though I have class disadvantage. Um, we get him down in about 200 hits or so. So we're gonna carry over a combo now. On this fight, Weapon X. Um, maybe I'll try with someday with Aegon to see if he can outpower the regen and all that. But man, this guy's got a lot of physical resistance. And basically, I want to bring in Warlock to just lock down the regen um, and continually be power draining him. Part of me, I don't know if you can hear my dog going nuts in the background, um, but yeah, so we're just going to be doing a lot of parry heavies at the beginning. So whenever he gets to 15 of his charges and he throws a special, he'll go berserk. Or if you get him to 25 of those charges, he'll automatically go into his berserk mode. And that's when he gets really, really, really aggressive. And he's fully unblockable. He goes unstoppable for a short period of time. Um, but Warlock, he is like an awesome counter, because he can just keep power draining him from his regens when those infections are up. And so whenever he throws a special here in just a minute, he will go berserk. Yeah, so now he's unstoppable and unblockable. And we let that unblockable fall off, bait out a heavy, and then here he's just super, super aggressive, super predictable AI. Probably one of the most predictable AIs you can have. This is basically like the champ is in Fury Oscillate mode, where they're going to be coming at you. If they get to a bar, they're going to be throwing the special. And so you can do a lot of shorter 3-4 hit combos, dash back, immediately intercept, and you just keep that rotation. And then once you push them over a bar, the special is going to get thrown, you counter it, and you just keep going. So, so yeah, this guy is almost down. He does have his berserk mode fall off, and so he's not unblockable anymore. And yeah, we're gonna finish him off, I think, with a bleed or so. Look at that 9k heavy. Whew, that's pretty awesome. All right, so we get Weapon X down very, very clean. Alternative options, if you built up Guillotine 2099 would be good. I think a lot of the techs could work really, really well on that Weapon X vision. I think Guardian can do it as well. Be interesting to try some other ones, but I think Warlock, I think he has like the easiest time with him just because of his mechanics that he has with his infection and the heal block and his power drain and degen and all that stuff. So we're going back in with Aegon against this blade. We're here to build up more combo. We have what, 110 plus combo starting off with from that last fight. And yeah, we're just gonna try to build Aegon up. These are by no means fast fights. With tech champs and the nodes that benefit them on this lane, definitely a good option. I mean, I think Warlock would pretty much destroy most champs on this lane. Warlock would be good for Blade because if you can have the infection on and then hit into his block, you're going to be power draining him just from Blade trying to regen, but he's not going to regen, but he will be power draining because he's consuming his power bar. Plus, because Warlock blocks that regen, he will also be degenning and power draining even more. So it's just like this compounded effect. But yeah, so we're using Aegon here, building up the combo, basically baiting the L1s, evading those, going back in with the parry, throwing the L1s, just repeat. And I'm pretty comfortable doing that. As long as you keep Blade at low power, you can mitigate block damage. His L1 is easy to evade. Countering it is another story. Typically, if I'm going to try to counter Blade's special one, I'll dash back and parry block his first little star that he throws at you and then evade and then counter. That gives you a little bit better spacing to be able to counter his special one and get an attack in. Otherwise, doing 2 dash backs, you just get too far away to where, at least with my timing, I can't counter and get back in and get a clean hit without getting parried. And you don't want to get parried because if he parries you with a well-timed block, you're going to start bleeding. You don't want that. So we're just about done with this blade. I think we're going to get up to maybe around 140, 150 combo towards the end of this. We're getting in Assassin's Reigns now, firing off an L1. The L1s, they do not hit that hard, but they just have lots of hits. And the name of the game with Aegon is get that combo. So that's why I'm avoiding throwing the L2s, just because you do that big bleed damage. I'm not going to build up as much combo. We got up to 160 on that. So yeah, we're building up that combo. We should be getting close to getting that Fury now. With the 300 plus combo, we're going to go back in on this Human Torch with Aegon, and yeah, we're just gonna smash this dude out, bait his L1s, Looks like we're at what, 202 combo starting out. So we just need like another 100. Um, and we're good. And I'm not going to throw L1s on this one because Aegon's L1 is energy, and I do not want to build up the smolders. You can see even his when he hits Torch with his little sword thing that he pulls out of nowhere. That's an energy, so I did build up a few smolders on him, and you just run the risk of getting incinerated when he has smolders on him. And I think you'll see that I do get a couple on me, maybe at one point. Yeah, there's one. But then we're going to finish him off with an L1, and boom, dead. That one only took 52 hits. Big bleed damage. You know, when Aegon's ramped up, he starts hitting hard, and we haven't even hit those Furies yet. And we're going to go in again. We're class disadvantage. As long as I don't get tagged here, I should be fine. You don't want to get bled, poisoned, neuroed by AA. That would just melt you. Ideally, you'd be probably taking this guy with a robot. And I mean, so far I've seen, you know, like if you had a Warlock, he would be awesome for this lane. If you had a Guillotine 2099, she would be awesome for this lane. Those are like my favorite robots. I mean, other ones like Vision. If you had a Vision, I just got a Age of Ultron Vision 6-star recently, but he's not all ranked up yet or nothing like that. And I didn't have him when I was doing this variant 7 path. You know, they would do well because they can block healing, they can power control. A lot of good robots. I even think Nebula would do well on this line. Although is she a hero? I'm not sure if she's categorized as a hero or not. I'd have to look into that. But there's a lot of good hero robots. And yeah, so we're just kind of slowly building up our combo. Boom, we just hit the 300 hit mark. So now I'm getting those Furies. So my damage output is significantly higher. And I think I'll end up getting enough hits to where the next fight I'll be able to maintain 300 plus, I believe. And then it's pretty much just like lights out. The damage is great. Definitely not going to get to like 999 or anything crazy like that. But 300 plus, like once you get to 300, that's pretty solid damage. Yeah, we're about to finish off this AA. Give him another L1. I don't think it's going to kill him. We're going to have to bait out this L2. Just get out of range and then counter, and he's dead. So yeah, so this line's going pretty well. Taking some little bit of chip damage here and there, and then last up we have Ghost Rider. Nothing special here. We're gonna go in with Aegon again and just keep building up that combo. Looks like we started with 305. So yeah, we're above 300. I think this Ghost Rider goes down fairly quickly. And yeah, so this is definitely not the quickest way to do the path, but it is an option. But definitely techs are your main go-tos for this path because it's the nodes are catered to the tech class. And now again, I soloed the Cosmic Spidey with Aegon on my first lane, and basically all I did was hit into his block, and the damage was so good that it pretty much almost killed him before he even got to an L1, which is pretty impressive considering I think the health pool is like 250,000. We'll have to see what it is, but it's fairly significant. And yeah, Aegon's damage into the block is just nuts. And I can't remember all the nodes on this Cosmic Spidey. We'll have to review that when we get to him. But I will show the end clip because that's all I got recorded on the path was this little tiny clip, and I'll show that here in a second once we get past this Ghost Rider. Yeah, here it comes. So boom, we have 10 hits and boom, he's dead. So I think we did get hit once, which got the Furies, and so we finished off with 13 hits on that Cosmic Spidey. So that was my my second path, I believe. First path, second path. So here we're coming up again, and on the first path, I think the first path I killed him with a Nick Fury. So here's the nodes. It's got Backward Brawler, Skill Wrath, the Best Defense, Hard Knock Life, and the Rising Sun. So the Hard Knock Life and the Rising Sun combination is kind of interesting because you basically really need to get off heavies to clear those Furies unless you want to take degen. But then you get parries to get off your heavy, and you got those Hard Knock Life, ability accuracy reduction, so your parries could fail, you take massive block damage. And so you can see, like, this is pretty much what I did, but I think I end up getting hit, and I tried to get off a heavy, and yeah, right there, I tried to get off a heavy, and I tried to get off another one, try to sneak it in there, and I should have backed off, and he just throws his L1, which he had ready, locked and loaded, and he got me. So yeah, 263k. So I did solo that one the first time, but not the second, and so I just do kill this guy with tap him over with Warlock, and yeah, he's got the shifting immunity, so bleed and poison. So right now he can be bled, and then when it shifts, he can't be poisoned. But yeah, you just really need to have somebody that can deal with being able to get heavies in cleanly, or you just kind of stall out and then let those Hard Knock Life go off. So here we get a decent parry. I took it. Oh, did I die? I died with the Warlock. Who did I finish? I can't even remember who I finished this off with. Was it Guillotine? Maybe? Guardian? Vision? Vision. I don't think I died again. And yeah, I finished him off right here. Boom, dead. So that's it. That's for this run. Thanks for watching, fellas, and I'll try to get some other these paths uploaded soon, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks and peace out.